the same side. I know some of the guys. I enjoy myself. And just in general, the Nepalese people are always very welcoming. So it's always good to come back.
Pokhara Rhinos were expected to fire with the bat and finally it came in their fourth match. So are you pretty happy with whatever is going around between these things?
Yeah, I mean it's always a bit of a tricky one. I mean losing wickets and losing a lot of them is never ideal. I mean with both bat and ball we've got a lot of things covered. So to come off today, I mean again it's easy against one of the sides that isn't firing. So we're just going to make sure we take the learning out of this and go forward into the next game with the same plans, same positivity, and hopefully the same thing happens again.
We saw a different region maybe when you visited here last time. You especially ball at frequent occasions, but this time you have been a bit sensible. So what exactly has the team management planned with you?
It hasn't really been from their side. I think it's also the last time I was here, the wickets were unbelievable. So you could literally from ball one just go mental. I mean this year if you bowl well, there's still something there for the bowlers. I mean obviously the weather hasn't helped, so the wickets aren't what they were. And it's also just a bit of responsibility. It's one of those where if you bat throughout the innings, you get in, the easier it gets. But on the same side of that, like today, if you get in and guys bowl badly, you still got to take advantage of it.
With the kind of comments that you guys gave today, do you think that you guys can be tagged favourites for this tournament?
I think it's tough to go from not winning a game to being favourites. But I mean, if you get into a playoff position, obviously you want to try to get into 1 or 2 because it gives you a bit of extra room if you do lose a game. It's anybody's game when you get into a qualifying game. Anybody's game. So if we can get into that, which we should do after this, especially with the run rate, but if we make sure against Kathmandu, if we win that game, we're definitely in. And then anybody on their day can win. So first step is to make sure we qualify, and then from there we take it game by game, and then who knows.
You've been to a lot of places and carry all of the experience. Pokhara Rhinos itself has not been showing that kind of consistency that the team is looking to. If we talk about the first game itself, and then another game where you lost, right? So why do you think these kind of things happen with such a strong international players?
I think it's just the learning. I mean, and I say T20, I mean, most of the guys, I mean, including myself, I was the same at their age. It's the learning. And when it's flat or it's green as a bowler, it's very easy. But going out there, it's the pressure of the tournament. This tournament, I mean, I've only been here twice, but it's the biggest it's been since it started. So there's a lot more things going on than just the cricket. And I think guys are still learning about that. They're playing against different players, different wicket. I mean, some of the guys are saying they've never really seen it really play like this. So I think it's just the consistency of the learning. If they get the teams that are doing well are the teams that are learning the quickest and are adapting to change their game plans on this wicket.
How much are you dictating the field?
I've just been told to help. I mean, it's one or two things we've been on. When he's captain, he's got so many things to worry about. He can't look at every single fielder. So I know I'm loud and whatever else, but out there, I'm just going to try and help him out. Benoit tells me what he wants, and I pass it on to the players. He's concentrating on the ball coming down. Captain, keeper, and batting it forward's a hard job. So if I can help him out in the field, I'll do that.
You almost took a very good diving catch today, but ultimately you dropped the ball. So what kind of wicket were you in during that moment?
It was a tricky one because of the outfield, we're not too sure how well we can dive, and I'm a big guy, so if I dive too far, I'm going to get stuck. I got fingertips to it. To be honest, I should have caught it. I should have got there and caught it. So, I mean, I know the guy that I dropped didn't really get any runs, but I should be taking that catch.
How is your presence helping the local lads here, especially the batsmen?
To be fair, it's been good. I mean, it's not necessarily me coming in. I think it's just the youngsters in general. They've come forward, they've asked questions, they're willing to learn. I mean, me and Kez Williams sitting in the front of the bus, we've always got youngsters coming, sitting next to us and asking questions. During the game, it's the same thing. They sit there, they listen to us talk. So they're willing to learn. They put the effort in to make sure they get everything out. Whether they remember everything is different. Because at 18 years old, I remember very little things. So, but it's been good. I mean, it's something that I've always enjoyed. I mean, I'm trying to get into a bit more coaching and that sort of thing, so I learn about the other side of the game, not just as a player. But this is one of the countries where the youngsters are probably the most willing to learn, and that's a very, very good thing going forward.
You were caught showing a bit of affection to Reed Gautam, the opener. how do you take a look at that guy? I mean, what kind of relation do you have with him?
No, I mean, it's tough for him. I mean, he's come in, it's his first tournament. I mean, I think it was first or second day I came in here, I did a bit of work with him. And now it's him coming to come play with me. It wasn't me asking him, so that's really a good sign for him to come and learn. He's been a bit unlucky. He's got 2 good balls in the last game. Well, not 2 good balls. He's got a very good Yorker. And today the ball, 9 times out of 10, he should be hitting for 4 or 6. So he's been a bit unlucky, but talent-wise, when you watch the guys, he moves well, he's willing to learn. And that opening partnership, I've played with many in the world, and you just have that little bit of connection, a little bit of whatever, and it just makes life easier, so you understand each other. I'm slowly learning his game, he's still learning my game. I know it might be easy to see and watch, but out there in the middle it's good fun. I just want to see him smiling and playing good cricket, which I'm sure in the next 2 games, because I'm sure there will be 2 games, he'll come forward and you'll see him shine.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.